Hey, Dr. Amy here, and in this video, I'm exposing the new research around creatine and cancer. This is essential information for anyone who is affected by cancer. Too many cancer survivors avoid supplements that could genuinely help with their recovery and remission because they have heard misinformation online. Here's exactly where you get the information straight and you get practical next steps. Getting this wrong could mean missing out on something that could truly help with your recovery. Or even worse, taking something that could interfere with your healing. Creatine is one of the most extensively studied supplements in the world. For decades, researchers have studied the effects on older adults, athletes, and even cancer survivors. The results have been consistent. Creatine supports lean muscle mass, boosts energy, improves recovery, and can help restore cognitive function. So if you're navigating the loss of muscle mass after chemo or surgery or radiation, this is for you. It's been studied in men and women, younger adults and older adults. Now, when it comes to supplements, all other supplements could be put into one category, and creatine should be in a category of its own. This is how extensive the research and how the findings have been. But did a new study change all of that? Here's what you need to know. Now, this new study deserves your attention. To understand why this matters, you need to understand how creatine works. Every cell in your body runs off of a form of energy called ATP. But ATP gets used up very quickly. And once it's gone, the exhaustion and the fatigue, it sets in. Creatine acts like a reserve tank. It helps recycle ATP so your cells can keep going. Whether you're walking or lifting groceries or just mentally concentrating. This is exactly why athletes have used it for years. But the benefits go far beyond sport performance. Creatine reduces inflammation, reduces oxidative stress, and supports your immune system. All of these areas are critically important after cancer. Now, here's what the new research has found. Scientists have analyzed data from more than 25,000 adults in the US. They're looking at creatine intake and cancer diagnosis. The higher someone's creatine intake, the lower their cancer risk. For every standard increase in creatine, the risk of cancer went down by 5%. The protective effects were even stronger in certain groups. Overweight individuals saw an 8% lower risk, but older adults benefited the most. They saw up to a 14% risk reduction. Since age itself is the most highest risk factor for cancer and cancer recurrence, then this association between creatine in older adults is really striking. From my perspective as both a researcher and a thriver, this makes sense. Creatine is often thought of as a gym supplement for young men, but it's really a compound that's stored within your body that every single person needs, especially cancer survivors. When I was diagnosed with stage 3 cancer, the exhaustion was overwhelming. Rest alone did not solve it. I thought I would heal with time, but that simply didn't happen. I wish I could have had someone who would have reviewed cancer-fighting supplements for me. This would have given me an idea of what the best products were for me and which ones were truly safe. This way, I could have made sure I was never missing out. But you are in luck. That is exactly what I do every month in Survive and Thrive RX. This is a step-by-step process to make sure that you are on the right supplements. I'll link up Survive and Thrive RX below so you can feel confident about your next step. What I know now after completing doctorate level research, working with thousands of cancer survivors, and going through cancer myself is this. Creatine helps by fueling your cells. It protects you from stress, and it supports energy in both your muscle and your brain. For cancer survivors, this is particularly important because women with cancer generally struggle for a long period of time with fatigue and exhaustion, but also muscle weakness and brain fog or chemo brain. This continues for long after their treatment ends. The evidence suggests that creatine supplementation could make a very impactful difference. It's not just about lowering your cancer risk, it's about building strength and restoring energy, plus regaining that mental clarity so you can live life fully. So what does this look like practically? Where do you start? How can you effectively start increasing your creatine levels to get these benefits? You can get creatine naturally from your food. Beef, salmon, chicken, these are all really good sources. But to reach the level of creatine that has been studied in these research papers and proven to show benefit, you're gonna need supplementation. The most effective and the safest form of creatine is creatine monohydrate. You're gonna take a standard dose of 3 to 5 grams per day. Many resources will suggest a loading dose, but you don't need to do that. And you don't need to take it at any particularly special time of day. Any time will work. Below this video, I'll link up the specific creatine product that I personally use, so you can start quickly and with confidence. Many women that I support inside the Cancer Freedom Program find that after just a couple of weeks of creatine supplementation, they start to feel significantly better. But here's where a lot of cancer survivors get scared. There's a stubborn myth that creatine can damage your kidneys. So if your kidney markers or blood work go up even a little, a lot of cancer survivors get scared. But this is simply not true. Creatine does not cause harm to your kidneys or damage them in any way. It has no implications on your kidneys at all. Now, a common measure of kidney function is creatinine, but creatine and creatinine are not the same. They're spelled slightly different, but they are completely different in nature. This belief that creatine can damage your kidneys has been circulating for decades, but it simply is not supported by evidence. Large-scale studies, including long-term safety trials, have shown that creatine is safe. There's no harmful effects on your kidney or liver in healthy individuals. Even older individuals or individuals with certain chronic conditions are totally fine. Creatine is safe when it is used in its recommended amounts. Now, if you already have kidney disease, obviously you need to take more care. But by kidney disease, I mean you're followed by a nephrologist or you're on dialysis. But for the average cancer survivor, this is not going to be the case. In fact, compared to many other supplements, creatine has a proven safety record. The bottom line is this: after cancer, your body is working harder than ever before to heal. It wants to protect itself, but it also wants to thrive. But this is a simple, well-researched, and safe option. It's gonna lower your risk of recurrence, it's gonna support your strength, and it's gonna restore your energy. For women who want to feel stronger and sharper and more resilient, creatine is a tool that's clearly worth adding to your routine. Okay, but now that you know exactly which supplement is worth taking, the next thing you need to consider is doing a complete supplement review. And hey, you're in luck because I'm linking up a supplement review that I did for one of the women that I work with inside the Cancer Freedom Program. I'm gonna show you exactly how I went through her supplements step by step. I've linked up the video for you here. Click here and I'll see you in the next video.